guys, welcome to the class. This is a record for class number 6, unit 3, page 22 and 23, subject frequency adverbs. Okay, so one more time, welcome to the class, guys. Today we're going to study frequency adverbs and time expressions for recurrent actions. Let's start with a little writing activity, guys. Okay, attention to the next questions, please. Do you remember frequency adverbs? What do you remember about them? Please write down your ideas on a piece of paper. Wonderful. For this activity, you need to pause this video so you have time to write. Wonderful. You will have 5 minutes. Write your ideas or everything you remember about frequency adverbs, okay? After 5 minutes, you may continue with the video. Good luck. Frequency adverbs. Frequency adverb, guys, tells us how recurrent, how often, how frequent we do something. For example, attention, listen to the next sentences. I always drink tea in the morning. I always drink tea in the morning. Let's write down this sentence. I always drink tea in the morning. Okay, listen to the next sentence. Joshua never exercises. Joshua never exercises. Let's write the sentence, okay? Joshua never exercises. Next sentence. Miranda is usually late for work. Miranda is usually late for work. Okay? These are 3 sentences in which we can listen, we can detect frequency adverbs. Okay, guys? Now, can you identify inside these sentences the frequency adverbs? Okay, yes. The frequency adverbs on these sentences, guys, are always, never, usually. Okay? So, these are examples of the frequency of the actions the subjects do. For example, I drink tea in the morning. When I say that I drink tea in the morning, but always, I always drink, it means every day, every time, always. Joshua never exercises. It means Joshua exercises 0 times. Never. Wonderful. Miranda is usually late for work. Wonderful. It means maybe not every day, every time, but it is very frequent. She is late for work. Okay? These guys are frequency adverbs. They help us to tell the people to communicate the frequency of an action. Okay? These are some examples. I'll display, guys, a picture in which you can see how the most popular frequency adverbs are. Okay? If we analyze this picture, we can see some of the most popular and the most useful frequency adverbs. We have always, usually, often, sometimes, hardly ever, and never. Okay? The frequency of every of these words is different, okay? Notice how always represents 100% of times. It means it happens incredibly frequent, okay? Then we have usually. It's a little less. We have it, but it's a little less. Then we have often, sometimes. Sometimes represents around 50% of times something happens. Then hardly ever. Maybe something we do once a year, 2 times a year, maybe. Wonderful. And finally, we have never. It means 0 times. 0. Is there any activity that you never do? Or is there any activity you always do? Please take a moment to think about it. Wonderful. And write your answers on a piece of paper. Okay? Thank you. For the next activity, guys, you are going to need another piece of paper because you need to write down some sentences using frequency adverbs. I'll show you the list of frequency adverbs one more time. Okay, so you are going to write some sentences. Maybe you can write one sentence for every of these frequency adverbs on a piece of paper. Remember, every note and every activity that you do on a piece of paper needs to be saved. You need to keep the paper because teachers are going to have a picture. We are going to need a picture or something to see that you are working, okay? Thank you very much. So these are the most popular frequency adverbs, and for the next activity, you are going to write one sentence using each of these frequency adverbs. Okay, let's see if you remember what, how, or when to use frequency adverbs in a correct way. Okay, guys, for this activity, you are going to have 6 minutes. Pause this video, continue to the activity, and once you are ready, please come back to the video for the next part. Good luck. Welcome back, guys. And this is the formula for the frequency adverbs in sentence, okay? This part of the class is dedicated to analyze the grammar. It means the elements in the sentence that we normally have to use to express an idea in a correct way, okay? So frequency adverbs are normally used in the simple present. It means for actions that we normally do, we do with certain frequency, or that are habits or routines, okay? Let's take a look, please, into the formula. We have a subject, which is the element that does an action. Then we have the action or the verb, and then the complement. This is the regular formula for a sentence. If we want to use frequency adverbs, we need to change the formula just a little, okay? We are going to use the subject, then we are going to use the frequency adverb. Frequency adverb. Then we need a verb or an action. It's the same. And then complement. Okay? Joshua never exercises. You got it? We can use, of course, some other words. For example, Miranda always has tea for breakfast. Okay, subject, frequency adverb, the verb in simple present, and of course, complement if necessary. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, let's write another sentence. I often go to the gym. Subject, frequency adverb, verb in simple present, and complement. Okay? If you see, using frequency adverbs is not difficult at all. Come on, take your time, analyze the formula, and compare this formula with the exercises you did before. Okay? Are they correct? Please check if they are correct or cross out if they are not correct. Okay? I trust you. Thank you very much, guys. Let's go to the next activity. Reading time. Activity number 3, page 22, unit 3. Okay? Please, guys, read the instructions very carefully and complete the activity. You are going to have for this activity 6 minutes. Okay? Please pause the video if you need to check the information, if you need to check the picture one more time, and complete the activity. See you in 6 minutes, and we may check the answers together. Thank you. Listen and check your answers. Attention, please.
Once a year, my whole family meets at my parents' house for a weekend of fun, music, and great food. We're a big family, and there are 4 generations of us. In the morning, we often play games with the children in the park. My brother Ben has a boy and a girl. My niece and nephew are crazy about soccer, so we usually play that. In the afternoon, we go for a walk or stay at home. We sit in the backyard, and we sometimes make things with the children. My sister-in-law Lois teaches 5-year-olds, and she always brings lots of paper and pens. In the evening, we cook dinner. Food's always an important part of the weekend. Our food's very international. My grandmother's Brazilian, my dad's Colombian, my sister-in-law's British, and my husband's Polish. We often have Mexican food because we all love it. We never watch television. We prefer to talk. My Uncle Paul and my cousins Joe and Megan play music. Uncle Paul and Joe play the guitar, and Megan sings and plays the piano. They're really good. I don't see my family often because we all live in different parts of the country. But I love these weekends. They're really special.
That's cool, guys. So, what's your score? Please write down your score. It means the number of correct answers you have and the number of the incorrect ones. Okay? Share these responses with your teacher so you may have a small evaluation. Thank you very much, guys. So, if we analyze every of these sentences, The rule or the structure is like the one we just saw some minutes ago. We often, and then we have a verb. Of course, complement if necessary. Subject, then, in this case, we have wonderful, a verb, and a complement. Subject, verb, and complement. Okay? Now, there is another part that we need to cover during this unit, okay? Besides frequency adverbs, guys, we normally have something that is called time expressions. It means this is another group of expressions or words that we use to express a period of time. It means a moment where an action takes place, okay? Let's analyze number one. In the morning, we often play games with the children. Okay? It means in the mornings, it is very common that these people play games. Okay? I am using a time expression in the morning, and also I am using a frequency adverb. Okay? In number two, in the afternoon, we go for a walk or stay at home. We are not using frequency adverbs, but we are using a wonderful time expression in the afternoons. There is no rule for you to use, time expressions or frequency adverbs in certain way. It means if you need to say that you do something with a very precise frequency, frequency adverbs are the best option. For example, guys, I always have coffee in the morning. It is important to say to the people that I always have coffee and that I have coffee in the mornings. Okay? But for example, guys, I always walk 100 kilometers, for example. I know that's too much. Yes? But if you see, I am only saying the frequency. But the truth is that I don't know during the day when I am able to walk. Sometimes I walk in the morning, sometimes I walk in the afternoon, or sometimes I even walk in the evening. Okay, so a time expression is not necessary because I don't know exactly when, but I know the frequency. Okay, time expressions and frequency adverbs are best friends, but you can use them in different forms or all together. Okay, let's see some other lines. In the evening, we cook dinner. Food's always an important part of the weekend. One more time, we are using a time expression, and then we are simply using a verb, no frequency adverb. Okay? We never watch television. Here, we are using a frequency adverb because it is important to tell other people that we never watch television 0 times. Okay? Time expressions are not important because, in general, we never watch television. So, if it is in the morning, or in the evening, or in the afternoon, it doesn't matter. You never watch television. Okay? Let's analyze number 6. I don't see my family often because we all live in different parts of the country. I don't see my family often because we all live in different parts of the country. Can you see something different from the other ones? One more time. I don't see my family often because we all live in different parts of the country. Okay? The truth, guys, is that remember, we need to be very careful when we analyze the grammar because these are very formal rules. It means rules that we need to follow when we are doing an exam, when we are writing an email. It means we need to use formal language. But the truth is that sometimes, maybe, especially often is a frequency adverb that you can use, wonderful, not in this order. Okay, it means subject, frequency adverb, and complement. Well, in this case, we have a verb. Okay, no, sometimes, for example, often, wonderful can be in the end, can be placed by the end of the sentence. It means Joshua exercises very often, for example. Yes, this is an exception, and sometimes it happens. Okay, now you have two options to use often. You can follow the regular form. It means Joshua often exercises, or Joshua exercises very often. Let's see the text. I don't see my family often. Wonderful. I don't see my family often. Wonderful. Can you see something different from this sentence to the previous one? It is a negative sentence. Yes? Maybe that influences in the form I am using often. Okay? So remember, guys, we can use often by the end of a sentence. This is also possible. I can use often in the regular form, subject, frequency adverb, and verb, or specifically in negative sentences, we have to be very careful. Okay? I don't often see my family because we all live in different parts. Okay? We need to change the structure because this is a negative sentence. Okay? If you have any question, guys, please write down your questions and share it with your teacher. Okay, let's continue to the next activity, guys. Okay, guys, listening activity. Please listen to Ben and match the activities with the people and the frequency expressions. Are you ready?
1. I play tennis with my brother-in-law once a week. 2. I read stories to my son and daughter every evening. 3. I go out for coffee with my cousin Joe twice a month. 4. I watch TV with my son every day. 5. I go out for dinner with my wife once a month. 6. I buy food for my grandmother 3 times a week.
Interesting, guys. Listen one more time, please.
1. I play tennis with my brother-in-law once a week. 2. I read stories to my son and daughter every evening. 3. I go out for coffee with my cousin Joe twice a month. 4. I watch TV with my son every day. 5. I go out for dinner with my wife once a month. 6. I buy food for my grandmother 3 times a week.
Cool. Okay, guys, please, I'll show the answers so you may check if your answers are correct. Number 1, play tennis, brother-in-law, once a week. Read stories, son and daughter, every evening. Go out for coffee, cousin, twice a month. Watch TV, son, every day. Go out for dinner, wife, once a month. Buy food, grandmother, 3 times a week. Please, what's your score? Write your score. It means the number of correct answers you have and the incorrect ones, okay? Share this information with your teacher so this activity can be evaluated. Thank you very much. Let's go to the next activity. Okay, guys. So we know that we use the frequency adverbs to express the frequency of an action, the frequency we do something, and the formula for the frequency adverbs. Okay? Let's take some time to analyze now expressions. Of course, expression of time. In English, we have very common expressions that we normally use on a daily basis. We use them every day. Okay? For example, once, twice, or three times. Then we say or every, and then day, week, month, or year. For example, guys, I pay taxes once a year. Okay? How often do you pay taxes, guys? I pay taxes once a year. Okay? Notice, for this particular idea, I am not using frequency adverbs. I am using a time expression. Okay? Very good. So, if I pay taxes once a year, I can say that I always pay my taxes because I pay my taxes every month. Okay? Time expressions and frequency adverbs, guys, are friends. It means you can use them together, but normally we use frequency adverbs or time expressions. Okay? Let's try with another group of words. Twice. Twice a month, for example. Twice a month. Let me think about it. Okay. I eat pizza twice a month. Okay? If you see, I don't eat pizza every day, every time, guys. So I cannot say that I always eat pizza. But if I eat pizza twice a month, I can say that I usually eat pizza. Okay? Very usually. Because I eat pizza every month, but not every day. So I usually eat pizza, or I eat pizza twice a month. Okay, can you see? They are best friends. I can use them together, but normally I choose one or the other. Okay? Thank you very much, guys. So these are time expressions. Can you write, please, 3 ideas using frequency expressions? Think about an activity that you do once a day, or maybe once a week, once a month, or once a year. Or maybe an activity that you do 3 times a day, or 3 times a month, etc. Use a piece of paper to write down your answers, your ideas, and then share this information with your teacher so this can be evaluated. Good luck, guys. Pause the video. You have for this activity 3 minutes. After that, play the video again and let's go to the next activity. Activity number 1, page 116. Extra grammar or grammar practice. Instructions. Rewrite the sentences. Put the frequency adverbs in the correct places, okay? For this activity, you are going to use only and exclusively frequency adverbs. Do you remember? Always, usually, frequently, often, hardly ever, and never. Okay? Pause the video complete the activity, and then we check the answers together. Good luck. Okay, guys, please, let's check the answers. My father always reads the newspaper. My aunt often has lunch with friends. My cousin is usually at home in the evening. They sometimes work on the weekend. I never go to the movies. I'm often very busy. Please, what's your score? Share the information with your teacher so this activity can be evaluated. I want guys, please, to pay attention into sentences number 3 and number 6, okay? They are different, guys, because they are using the verb to be. And if you are listening to the class, all the exercises that we have presented are about actions, not the verb to be. Wonderful. We have some special formula for sentences with the verb to be, guys, okay? So let's do something. Let's go back, please, to the first. These are the first exercises. We use them in the beginning of the class, okay? If we analyze these sentences, guys, I am using actions like drink or exercise. But what about the verb to be? Okay, let's go back to check out the grammar because the formula changes a little. I promise you, this is not difficult at all. Okay, let's go there. So, we know, guys, that the formula for simple present sentences, it means routines or habits. Wonderful. If you want to use a frequency adverb, is something like this. We have the subject, we have the frequency adverb, we use a verb, and a complement. Okay? Joshua never exercises. Excellent. I always drink tea. Okay? The formula for the verb to be and frequency adverbs, guys, change a little. We, of course, need a subject. Then we use the verb to be, of course, in present, is, are, or am. Then we have the frequency adverb and, of course, complement if necessary. Okay? Miranda is always late for work. Okay? If you see, the frequency adverb goes after the verb to be, but before regular verbs, okay? Or action verbs. Excellent. Let's try with another. Maybe we can use the book as an inspiration, okay? My cousin is usually, I think we are following the rule. We have the subject, we have the verb to be in simple present, and then the frequency adverb. Okay? Sentence number 6. I'm often very busy. I am often very busy. Okay? So I am following the formula. Let's see if we can remember this with some other exercises, guys. Okay? She is sometimes, she is sometimes part of the class. Okay? I am never, I am never ready for exams. Okay? Are you guys? So, if you see, we have the same elements, guys, but we have to be very careful with the position. Verb to be or the rest of the verbs. Okay? If you need the time to analyze the formulas, this is your time. Pause the video and practice with some exercises. Try to use one sentence using regular verbs, it means action verbs, and some sentences with the verb to be. Okay? Let's go to exercise number 2, page 116, instructions. Complete the sentences. Put one word in each sentence. Are you ready, guys? You have for this activity 6 minutes. Pause the video, answer the exercise, and then we check together, okay? Okay, guys, these are the answers. Every, year, twice, times, and once. What's your score like? Please share this information with your teacher so this activity can be evaluated. Thank you very much, guys. Let's go to the last activity. Correct the sentences. You have for this activity 6 minutes. Pause the video, answer, and then play the video again, and we check the answers together. Cool, guys. So, these are the answers. Sam never listens to music. The apartments here are always nice. We hardly ever eat out on Saturdays. Lydia drives to work every day. We see our cousins 4 or 5 times a year. I go to the theater once a month. Please, guys, share your answers with your teacher. Wonderful. What's your score like? Thank you very much, guys. So this is the first part of the unit, guys, about frequency adverbs and time expressions. If you have any question, any comment, any thought, or any doubt about it, please contact your teacher so you may ask and share these questions, thoughts, or comments. Okay? Thank you very much, guys. Good luck, and I will see you next class. Bye.